Colorless. I think colorless is D, because the thing is, some colorless passives are really good, strong. Like, Mini-Me's really strong. Careful Plus is really, really strong. And Unrestricted is a really good passive. But the thing is, any class can get that. Any class can get the passives. As well as that, like, most spells that colorless has. Because things like most damaging spells, because I feel like you kind of have to have like a really good broken build with a colorless cat. You can't really just rely on like abilities, which is unlike some classes. So, because it has really good abilities, like Brainstorm's really strong, but you don't really ever find a way to use it if you're only using colorless abilities, unless you're trying to get a really broken build. So I'm gonna put in D. I think Fighter's high B, because it's just a good class in general. Because, I mean, the thing is, it gets outclassed by Butcher in, like, most situations. But, like, it has some really strong abilities, like Merciless, Stoop, Zerk, and Dumb Muscle are really strong together. It has some really strong passives. It doesn't, the thing is, it's a melee class and it doesn't get any health for choosing it. But it's still really good. I think it's the only melee class that you don't get any health for choosing it, which is, it's a bit risky, but it's fine, it's fine. It's a really good class. It's high B. Hunter, I don't think Hunter's S, but it's definitely A. Because of the nerf, the Fighter had a really broken synergy where if you had Merciless, if you did 10 or more damage, you would refresh your movement, and if you had a dash attack as your movement, so you had like Zoom Sturk or a Disorder because you're dash attack, and you did over 10 damage in that attack, you'd basically be able to kill anything. So somebody did like a solo Praetor's Hat run, which is really impressive of it. Anyways, Hunter's like A, because they kind of did a really big nerf on Scattershot, and like they nerfed Scattershot quite a bit. It's still going to be really strong, and Heavy Shot, really good passive, really good abilities. And they also nerfed Hunter's Boom, but they kind of balanced it. They made it only triggers once per turn, but it can trigger on any unit, so you can kill your allies. But it's still really good, Hunter's Boom. Like, it's still a really strong class. It's just not like the best class ever. It's still really strong. I'm gonna put it high A. Mage. Okay, I feel like this is kind of controversial, but Mage is low B or high C. Because the thing about Mage is, it can be really strong. Because they just balanced it. Mage is a strong class. Like, Mage is because. The thing is, if you get a good mage build, mage is like really OP. But the thing is, it's quite difficult to get a good mage build, like an incredibly good mage build, which is why I don't think it's like absurdly good. But I think it's quite good. Like, well, no. It's the thing is, mage builds are really either hit or miss usually, because the thing is, when they hit, they're really, really strong, but they're usually not that good. But because of the balance changed, it's easier to get a like goodish mage build. So I think it's going to be like really low B, pretty low B. Tank, honestly, I think tank's C or low B, because it probably is worse than mage, just because a strong tank is worse than a strong mage. Tank is just consistent, but I think it's just going to be fairly low B. Maybe C, actually. I don't know. There's not, like, too much to do with him. It's just kind of reliable. That's about it. Tank, because you get +4 constitution for choosing tank, you can kind of, I don't really know, but tank's abilities aren't, like, amazing. Toadstool's quite good and stuff like that, but I can't really think of any. Hardy, I guess, is quite good, but I can't really think of any, like, super powerful tank ability, so I'm gonna probably have to put that in C. High C. Definitely really high C. Cleric. Ooh. Cleric's definitely better than Mage, but is it better than Fighter? Probably not. In my opinion, Druid is better than Cleric, because I feel like Cleric's good actually, no, I don't know. Cleric is really good. The thing is, yeah, Cleric's a really strong class, but I don't know. I don't know how to rank Cleric, because Cleric is one of like the, because when you first unlock the cleric's kind of, you kind of need to bring cleric until you, I don't know, because then when you get to like later game, you don't cleric's not like the most useful class ever. It's good because you get +2 constitution and +2 like charisma, but you get like, I don't know, it's a good class, but it's not like the best class. It's good at healing, but it's kind of like a passive class. I'm just gonna put it there. It's kind of hard to describe. Has some quite good things. Breath of Life is quite strong. Has some good synergies with Necromancer because like Awaken of a Revive Body to 1 HP. So yeah, it's quite strong. It's not like OP. Thief. I'm not sure if Thief is better than Hunter. Probably not because it's a bit less consistent. Thief is a very strong class though, because movement is arguably movement and constitution are the most important stats in the entire game, which is really obvious because it affects every single cat. And I mean, so it kind of depends. If you have a ranger with like 4 movement, you'd rather have a ranger with like 3 movement and 6 health and 6 movement and 3 health. But like, movement is really strong. Movement is one of the best things to have, and Thief is just it gets +4 movement. It gets +4 movement, +1 luck, and -1 health and -1 strength. Its basic attack's quite strong, but I feel like some of his abilities you can have because I had a Thief with Dwarfism, and then I had Sever Artery and I had a passive that meant you gain +1 luck whenever you crit or something like that. And I was just spamming Sever Artery because the upgraded version of Sever Artery is if you crit a unit with it, it gets all stats up. You get all stats up as well as inflicting the enemy with bleed. I think Thief is a very strong class in general. So yeah, I think Thief's like high A. Necromancer. I don't really use Necromancer that often. That's the problem. Because it's definitely a good class, but it's not like. Because I think suicidal Necromancer builds aren't very good. Like, they're not very good suicidal Necromancer builds. Because you have one less cat on your team for like all your cats have like you healed all your cats with 10 HP, or you have like a familiar that's less powerful than your Necromancer. I think the strong builds of Necromancer are the leech spam builds. Leech spamming builds are really good. I think I'm gonna put it higher than Mage, but lower than Cleric. Tinkerer. Ooh, the Tinkerer balance change made it so the throwing weapon doesn't cost a basic attack action, and it has way more ways to get tech now. Because the only way I can remember before was like a very few abilities. You kind of needed research to have a good. Because I did a solo Tinkerer run where I killed the Throbbing King, but it was just because I had the cat. It was just because I had like research. So I feel like I think Tinker now is probably better than Mage. I don't know though. I haven't really used Tinker in the new update, the new balance change, because the only classes that really got properly changed were these two got really buffed, and this guy got pretty nerfed, but he's still good. I don't know where I'm supposed to put Tinkerer. He's a good class, but not like amazing. He's definitely better than Tank, but because he's the new update. I need to try him out, but it looks like he has way more ways to get tech. Because of I'm going to put him in low B, but that might change once I play him a bit more. Druid. I think Druid is an easy yes, I'm going to be honest. Because I think the reason I think Druid's so good is because you basically have 2 minions. Because you have 2 like things. Because the Crow is really strong. It's not just like a normal familiar. Because the Crow also comes back after every battle, you can like let it tank. The only problem I could see is the fact you get -2 constitution for choosing cleric, and you want to have the Crow to have high health. You need to have, because with this class you kind of need to have high most stats. But this is a really strong class, because also if you give a druid Soul Link or something like that, it just becomes super strong. And spamming familiars like Foreman the Squirrel is really good. I just think Druid's one of the best classes in the game, if not the best. It's pretty close, but I think Druid is amazing. Psychic. Ooh. You kind of have to have a broken Psychic guild to, in my opinion, by looking at the new Tinker update, I think Tinker is better than Psychic. I've liked Psychic, it's really cool, but Psychic out of all the classes objectively requires the most skill. Because of like the gravity element, how you need to pull cats into your like line of sight, etc. Stuff like that. Pull units into your line of sight. I think Psychic is really like, it's kind of like Mage. Before the balance change, I'd say Psychic's better than Mage, but after the balance change, no. I think that Psychic is not as good as Mage and Tinkerer. Monk, I can't really rank Monk very well because I hardly ever use Monk. I know they can be extremely strong, but I've never actually properly used Monk. And I never used him because I've used him a couple times and I've never had a really powerful run with him, but I know he can be really strong. But I can't really give a good ranking on him because I hardly ever use. Sorry, no, not him. I can't really ever use a good ranking on Monk because I literally never use Monk. You get 2 basic attacks for half damage, and it's cool. You can like switch your basic attack around. In my opinion, I didn't really like Monk, but I know Monk is a very strong class, so I'm gonna put him here. But this is like, take this with a massive grain of salt because I don't ever play with Monk. Butcher's S. Because Butcher's just better, like, thing. Because it's a melee class and you get -2 movement. But you get +3 constitution and +2 strength. Like, come on. There's literally no reason to ever use tank if you have Butcher. The thing is, the thing is, if you get no good abilities at Butcher's still strong. Because he's going to have high health and strength. And he also has his basic attack. It can hit any tile around him, not just like the adjacent squares. It can hit diagonally as well. And the hook kind of stops the movement thing from mattering. So I don't really have much to say. I'm not sure which is better though, Butcher or Druid. I think probably Butcher because it's more consistent. Butcher is the most consistent class in the game. You can't really have a bad Butcher, in my opinion. And if you give it like a cat of like 3 strength with 3 constitution and like 2 movement, of course it's going to be really awful. But if you actually just try to if you have a Butcher with good stats, it's not going to be bad. But if you can have like a Psychic with really good stats, and it's not very good, particularly good. Jester. The thing is, it's really difficult to rank Jester because Jester would be D because Jester's not a particularly amazing class. But the thing, because you have every single ability with Jester basically. Like you have every single ability of Jester. But you have every single ability of Jester. But the thing is, you can't play consistently with Jester. That's the problem. Because you get a random basic attack. You don't get any stats. I think it'd be cool if you get luck. But you get a free reroll. But you kind of need, I feel like if you're just doing a normal run and you're trying to get good abilities, it's really hard to. Because I've done like 4 Jester runs. And each one of them I've given, except one I think, I've given the Jester the crown that gives you +2 rerolls, but all your items are random, all the things are random. But the thing is, like, even that, I've only ever got 1 Jester ability, because this is the thing, all Jester abilities are, like, insanely strong. But you have, let me think. I think there's only 2 passives, I can remember. Mega Lucky, which is just +20 something luck, +21 luck. It's usually just better Lucky, which is +4 luck. Like, come on, +21 luck. It's pretty obvious, that's really OP. Goofball, which is arguably one of the best passives in the entire game, or the best. Arguably the best passive in the whole game. You take an extra turn at the start of each round. Like, come on. And then the abilities are quite good. The one that's you spend all your mana, and you gain a random buff for each mana you spend, so you can gain like brace forms, etc. That is insanely strong. Smart Melatonin, you just cast a random spell and it's usually good. It's kind of bad if any spell that's not a curse spell is really good. It's a spell that Arthur uses. It's cost 5 mana. It's not like super good, but it's like A. RNG Cannon is really good. It's it just does a random amount of damage depending on your luck. And I'm pretty sure, like, if you have enough luck, you can do like over 60 damage. It's like 10 mana or something. Like, he's really, really strong. I feel like Rump, whatever it's called, is probably the worst one. It's 1 mana, and then you just teleport. You just throw a unit to a random tile. It's still good. For 1 mana, you're doing that, but still really strong. So it's better than Colorless. It's going to be here, because the Jester passives are insanely good. It's really, no, it's going to go here. Jester passives are really good, but it's very inconsistent. So I think this is my tier list. This is the objective tier list. Hello, this is editing me at the end of the video. If anyone has literally anything for like editing, because I'm using Clipchamp and it's not very good, it's really annoying to edit with. If anyone has any editing app recommendations, drop them in the comments. Also, in this video, I might make a prequel to this where I just rank them from best to worst. Worst to best, and it's actually going to be properly edited. Alright, that's it. Goodbye.